Good morning, Old Glory. Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining me. For today's great adventure, we find ourselves in Kings Landing in Apopka, Florida, about 30 minutes north of Orlando. And we've rented some kayaks. And we're inviting you to come kayak with us, so please come join. And before we enter Kings Landing, this is out front right here. A teepee, it's like a replica teepee or a teepee. It says do not enter, so we won't, but this is really cool. And this is what we're looking to see today. And Kings Landing is one of 3 tributaries that feeds the Wekiva River Basin. And pardon the glare if there is one, but here's some of the wildlife we may or may not see out there. You got a gar, water moccasin, gator, bass. And they do have lockers here if you need them. They have guided tours and self-guided. We chose self-guided, and there's 1 and 2 person kayaks, and of course we got 2 2-person kayaks, and the rental was about $150, a little pricey, but I'm sure the views and the time's gonna be well worth it. Oh, by the way, I've got the phone, the camera in this protective case, just in case I fall off the kayak or something, so the audio's gonna be a little bit funky, and it may be a little hazy as well, but hope you'll enjoy it today. And we've got our kayaks, and we're getting ready to get in, and we're off. And behind me is the First Lady, Rhodey, and Michael. And you have 2 choices. You go to Emerald Cut, which is a clear, less critter water, or the Shuttle Run, which is a little murkier, more critters. And the sun is making it through the lush landscape right here. It's about 8:30, and it's coming through the sun. It's gonna be a nice, warm Florida day, probably mid-90s today.
What is that? That's a sucker mouth catfish.
There you go, look at that. So far, other than a little bit of fish, not much wildlife though. All right, we parked our kayak for a quick break here. The water's about knee deep. Feels great though. And there's a family there. Have a look how clear the water is. Just like a spring. So peaceful. So awesome. So glad you're here with us too. And we're back off again on our adventure. And even though there's a huge canopy of trees, please always wear your sunscreen, hat, and sun shirt, because this Florida sun is unrelenting. And it's so serene, peaceful, relaxing, and a little bit of exercise. So beautiful though, absolutely beautiful. And take a look, there's private residences on the water. Man, it must be nice to live here. So beautiful. So forever Florida. And even though we're on the opposite end where the critters are supposed to be, always be mindful. There may be gators or snakes in the water. This bird's doing a little bit of hunting right here. I get some of them fish down there. I don't know if the palm tree grew sideways or it blew sideways, but check it out, it's just hanging over the water right here. And this is definitely a video where less talk is actually more. So enjoy nature. And there's a good look at how it snakes around as well. And this tributary is about 7 miles long and no more than 2 to 4 feet deep in all areas, which is good. You jump out your kayak and get wet. And there's private property here. It's a little dilapidated, but I don't know. It's still really cool to be here in this water here. And the water is about a little bit warmer than the springs, probably mid-70s, but it's so refreshing because it's, you know, mid-90s today, and it just jump on in and cool down. And this is our second time kayaking. The first time was in Rainbow Springs, and we actually enjoy it. It's pretty good exercise. We've made it to our next swimming spot, and this one's crowded. You got about a dozen people here. Look at the water, just like the springs. And check it out, after about an hour of kayaking, we have reached the end. There's still more down there, but they roped it off right here, so we're finished. Hang out here and we're gonna head back. So we saw a bird and a couple fish, but that's about it as far as critters go, which made the first lady really happy. Kids and I wouldn't mind seeing other things, but probably safer that way. You're gonna enjoy some time in the swimming area. All right, enjoy the crystal clear water. So surprisingly, within minutes, it cleared out. Here's our stuff right here, our kayaks. Again, two two-person kayaks, $150 for the rental. But they're fairly comfortable. They did the job. Again, this water, it's spectacular though. And we're gonna be heading back soon, and one way in and one way out. And that's the end of the line here at King's Landing. If you're in the area and you love nature, it's a great way to cool off and exercise and spend some time. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe. Take care. Until next time, bye from King's Landing here in Apopka, Florida. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider becoming a channel member. If you already are one, thanks for the support. Let's grow this together.